Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The internet has a way of holding its breath when a famous last name trends, and this time the pause was collective. It began with a single post, then a ripple, and finally a wave. Northwest, at just 12 years old, stepped into the spotlight with an unexpected new look, and social media erupted. Within minutes, screenshots multiplied, comment sections bloomed, hashtags climbed. North's appearance, confident, expressive, and unmistakably her own, sparked a conversation that stretched far beyond fashion. This wasn't just about clothes or hair, it was about identity, growing up under a microscope, and what it means to find your voice when the world is watching. North has never been a background character. Born to two of the most influential figures in modern pop culture, she's spent her life orbiting cameras, creativity, and controversy. But this moment felt different. This wasn't a red carpet cameo or a playful cameo in a family clip. This was a statement, subtle to some, bold to others, that suggested a young person beginning to explore who she is. Her new look blended confidence with curiosity. It carried a sense of experimentation, the kind most kids try in bedroom mirrors or school hallways, except North's mirror reflects millions. Fans praised her individuality, applauding the way she seemed comfortable in her skin. Others debated the pace at which children in celebrity families grow up, questioning where admiration ends and pressure begins. As reactions poured in, timelines split into two camps, support and concern, both loud, both passionate. One group celebrated the freedom of expression. She's creative, many wrote. She's finding herself. Another urged caution, reminding the world that at 12, a child's most important audience should be themselves, not the internet. What made the moment so magnetic wasn't just the look, it was North's composure. There was no apology, no explanation, no attempt to soften the edges. The confidence felt natural, not forced. It suggested a child raised around art, fashion, and performance, learning early that self-expression is powerful. Yet beneath the trending topics lay a deeper story, one about growing up famous in an era where every phase is permanent. For most kids, a bold haircut or experimental style is a fleeting chapter, preserved only in old photo albums. For North, those chapters are archived online forever, open to praise and critique alike. Parents everywhere weighed in, some empathizing with the tightrope North walks, others projecting their own fears onto the moment. Could a child truly choose freely when the world expects a headline, or is this simply the modern version of self-discovery, accelerated by visibility? What's clear is that North's upbringing has been steeped in creativity. Music, fashion, art, and performance aren't distant concepts in her world, they're daily languages. That exposure doesn't dictate who she'll become, but it certainly shapes how she experiments. Her new look felt less like rebellion and more like curiosity, a child testing colors on the canvas of identity. Interestingly, the loudest voices often weren't North's peers or even her family, it was adults, and that contrast said everything. A 12-year-old expressed herself, and the grown-ups turned it into a cultural debate. Perhaps that's the real story, not what North wore or how she styled herself, but how society reacts when a child of fame reminds us that kids still grow, change, and try things on for size. In the days that followed, the buzz didn't fade, it evolved. Memes softened into think pieces. Hot takes gave way to reflection. Some fans pointed out that North seemed happy, grounded, and supported. Others called for more space, urging media outlets and users alike to remember her age. Through it all, North remained largely silent, and maybe that was the most powerful part. No statements, no clarifications, just presence. In a culture obsessed with explanations, her quiet confidence spoke volumes. This moment may be remembered as just another viral flash, soon replaced by the next trending name. Or it may mark an early chapter in Northwest's journey toward defining herself on her own terms. Either way, it served as a reminder: behind every headline is a human being, still growing, still learning, still becoming. Social media buzzes because it thrives on moments, but growth isn't a moment, it's a process. And for Northwest, that process is unfolding in public, one brave, unexpected step
Started the
at
way
a time.
most internet storms do, quietly, almost innocently. A photo surfaced, then a short clip. Within hours, timelines were flooded, comment sections exploded, and one name was everywhere: Northwest. At just 12 years old, the daughter of global icons Kim Kardashian and Kanye West had revealed an unexpected new look, and social media couldn't look away. In a digital world that thrives on spectacle, North's appearance struck a unique chord. It wasn't outrageous in the traditional sense, but it was bold enough to spark conversation. Her style carried confidence, creativity, and a sense of self that felt both youthful and surprisingly assured. For fans, it was exciting. For critics, it raised questions. And for the internet as a whole, it became yet another cultural moment impossible to ignore. North has grown up in a household where fashion is art, music is legacy, and self-expression is encouraged. Cameras have followed her since birth, capturing everything from candid family moments to playful performances. Still, this felt different. This wasn't North being cute or playful. It felt intentional, like a young person experimenting with identity in a way that demanded attention, whether she intended it or not. Supporters were quick to celebrate her individuality. Many praised her fearlessness, pointing out that creativity should never be boxed in by age. She's confident, fans wrote. She's expressing herself. To them, North's look symbolized freedom, the right of a child to explore who they are without shame or restriction. But as praise poured in, concern followed closely behind. Some questioned whether the spotlight was too bright for someone so young. Others wondered how much choice a child truly has when raised under constant public scrutiny. The debate quickly expanded beyond North herself, touching on celebrity parenting, social media culture, and the pressure placed on children born into fame. What made the moment even more fascinating was North's calm presence. There was no sense of discomfort, no visible hesitation. She appeared comfortable, grounded, and unapologetically herself. That confidence fueled admiration, but also deepened the debate. Was this confidence nurtured, inherited, or learned as a survival skill in a world where privacy is rare? For most children, self-expression happens quietly, through phases that come and go without documentation. A bold haircut one summer, an edgy outfit another. Those memories live in family albums, not online archives. For North, every phase is permanent, preserved on screens and judged in real time by millions of strangers. Parents watching from afar saw their own children reflected in the moment, which may explain why emotions ran high. Some imagined how they would feel if their child were discussed so openly. Others argued that fame changes the rules entirely, that North's world operates on a different scale with different expectations. Yet beneath the noise, a quieter truth remained. North is still a child, curious, creative, exploring. Her new look didn't feel like rebellion, it felt like experimentation, the kind that has always been part of growing up. The difference is that North's experiments happen in public, amplified by her last name. The conversation also revealed something deeper about society itself. Adults debated, analyzed, and projected, while a 12-year-old simply existed. In many ways, the reactions said more about the audience than about North. Why are we so quick to scrutinize a child's self-expression? Why does confidence in a young girl provoke discomfort? As days passed, the frenzy softened but didn't disappear. Think pieces replaced hot takes. Fans called for compassion and boundaries. Critics urged responsibility. Through it all, North remained mostly silent, allowing the moment to pass without explanation or defense. That silence felt powerful. It suggested a sense of grounding, perhaps guidance from family, perhaps an instinct to let actions speak louder than words. Whether this moment becomes a defining chapter or just a fleeting headline remains to be seen. Northwest may go on to reinvent herself many times over, just like any other child discovering who they are. Or she may carve out a path uniquely her own, blending the influences around her with her own evolving identity. What's undeniable is that this moment reminded the world of something important. Growth is not linear, and self-discovery doesn't follow rules. For North, the journey is happening in full view of the public eye, making every step feel bigger, heavier, and more debated than it should be. Social media will move on, it always does. New names will trend, new controversies will arise. But for now, Northwest's unexpected new look has sparked a necessary conversation about childhood, creativity, and compassion in the digital age. And perhaps the most important takeaway is that behind the headlines and hashtags is a young girl simply finding her way, one brave expression at a time.